RPGaDay 2026, day 27. And we're going to talk a little more about the starfall. What really is a star in the context of the sort of more cosmic level setting that I established in a previous episode, where the gods used raw magic, the root of magic, what we know as magic today, and prima materia to form the cosmos as it is, shape the cosmos as it is, and form the prime material plane. In this case, I think it's kind of an amalgam of forces. It's something that has drawn into it over time as it's traveled through the cosmos. Probably predates the gods of law organizing the cosmos, and as it traveled through that more elemental chaos and gathered into it, I've already talked about it draws from the positive material plane the same way that the undead draw from the negative material plane, that it draws toward whatever forces draw into it life as a force in the universe, the cosmos. But also being also a star and a thing of substance, it probably has also drawn from elemental fire and elemental earth. So why would it land here? Well, we know that from previous episodes that Herugik, whose name I get wrong every time, the bugbear god, was cast down essentially after a war in the heavens of some sort. And it could very well be that that war influenced the star's direction, or in fact that the bugbear god's fall almost carved a path that the star sort of followed in. It could also be that it was influenced by other beings. For example, we know the Death Slot is trying to bring Sindam to the planet, summon Sindam, and the god Yog-Sothoth is working through the mutated porcupine that is the Beholder's pet to come to this location. So it may be that they had some influence of that on as well, knowing that the star's fall would degrade whatever it is that is keeping planar travel from being as common for planar beings, that has led to it being a good place for Herugik to be placed after losing a battle in the heavens, and where the Titan has been stranded. I talked before that it was a combination of the prima materia and an agreement among the gods and other entities not to interfere, but there could also be an actual barrier, part material, part energy. What springs to mind is from the Star Trek episode Where No Man Has Gone Before, the barrier at the edge of the galaxy, the one that the Enterprise challenged and was damaged by and had several deaths because of, but also 2 crew members developed godlike powers. Something along that line. And now the casting down of Herugik may have created sort of a crack, but it was still standing. But then now this star has fallen and it's weakening it as well. So the barrier to the gods acting directly on the prime material plane is both an agreement among them, but also there's an actual barrier to them doing so, and that it is somehow possibly maintained by gods and other entities or their followers. And we could see some of those entities or some of their followers in this region looking to repair or reinforce that barrier. So acquiring the star or a portion of its power could be a key to further breaking down that barrier. This presence in the region could be breaking down the barrier locally, creating a hole through which truly powerful entities could enter the prime material plane. The spread of the ever-living, where essentially walking portions of the star's power moving around, possibly ever expanding, could also be a part of this breakdown. And the presence of the star and its connection, at least partially, to the prime material plane in some sort of yin-yang sort of combination could be the reason why the shadows and the shadow creatures are coming here, that they are drawn here as part of a healing process for the barrier, or a healing process for the cosmos to balance out the energies of the star. So now the star has an importance not just on a local level, or even the level of large organizations and factions, but now also on more of a metaphysical level, beyond the simply the power it puts into the ever-living.